Hello, everybody. The astrology report for Mercury retrograde September-October 2nd of 2022. Important Mercury retrograde. It's going to be important Mercury retrograde for a lot of people, a lot of situations. There's going to be a lot of personal growth from within. But what's that is going to be pretty much for it. Mercury retrograde is going to become at Libra. That's going to be at 8 degrees in 55 minutes. Usually, when it's at the end of the 8 degree, we take in the 9 degree because that's what the energy goes towards to it. But I'm going to read you the both 8 and the ninth degree of Libra. You might going to be applied to some of you a little different situation. But the main event that will be cleaning out the old understanding about relationships, reorganize, relearn new things, and clarifications of old confusions, and clear things with a mysticism from within. Now I'm gonna spare it to you because I was wondering how I'm gonna tell you the things, but guess what? I'm just gonna tell you the things. The things are the way they are, the way the situations is. We are going to have a lot of intense moments, but this Mercury retrograde it's has something specific from within, and what the specific is from within is that this Mercury retrograde it's going to be happening at full moon. Okay, we are going to be having a full moon in Pisces. That is it cleared out the confusions between the moon and the sun. Organize the things the way it should be, and clarifications of confusions, and gain a mysticism, connecting from within divine. Something old to die and something new to be reborn. But before to be reborn is to re-evaluate, regrow something that has been wrong understanding to be learned from within. I want to recognize people there in the chat. Evie, Ray, and Erica. Thank you for everyone that is here in the chat room. Please, I'm gonna answer your questions later on. So I shared before. That's what the screenshot looks like. Okay. Down in the bottom, as you see, we have a Mercury who is a retrograde, is on Libra. Pretty much the whole time he is going to oppose Jupiter, who is a retrograde in Aries. Jupiter is sent us to relearn, goes back, because this beginning wasn't proper. Now we have to go back into Pisces, clear the confusions, and go back forward. That's Mercury retrograde. It's perfect with everything that goes on within the stars. But as you see it here, we have the sun at 17 degrees and the moon at 13 degrees. They are in opposition. That is going to be during the full moon. The sun also opposing Neptune right here. But during this whole period, okay, we are going to have a Mercury. He's going to come here at Virgo and he's going to end up here, but he's going to have a trine towards Pluto, a lot of transformations, and he's going to have some trine with Uranus and also a little bit of the North Node. That's mean that all this process that we are going to go through with this Mercury retrograde is going to be highly impact within us. Hi, Ray. Thank you for coming in. Glad to see you in the chat. For so, what is that esoteric parts from within this? It is about relationships. It is about you to reevaluate relationships from within the soul, with people, business relationships, Uh, it is about corrections and improvement and justice at the same time for some. It all depends of what dimensions you're living the most. If that is within 3D, let me tell you from now on that you're going to end up in a lot of problems if you don't understand the whole process. There's going to be a lot of inner fights. There's going to be a lot of turmoils. There could be a situations within work. There could be a situations within the family. Why I'm saying this is because every time the ascendant or a midheaven is at either at Capricorn or Cancer, is going to be squaring this situations pretty much for it. So take a look and don't take it your internal situations in the family or at work. There's going to be some triggers. Of course, there's going to be some situations. There's going to be some things that comes in, but the main thing it is that these situations, it's primarily for these two reasons that I said: relationship organizations versus relearning the primary functions, and because Jupiter is in Aries, it is the primary learning, it's the reborn, it is the newborn for it. But since it's retrograde, you're going back. You're going back to revisit. You're going to go back to revisit your growth. Did you grow properly? Did you get the things properly? Neptune is retrograde, and he's like revisit all these things from within the shadow, within the situations. So if you are within the 4D, there's going to be a lot of duality from within you. Those dualities, they're going to create the situations from within you. You're going to be driving yourself nuts. For all of you, to remind you that during the Mercury retrograde, stay away from conversations. That is the reason why some of the electronics they're not gonna work. You might gonna need some a new phone afterwards. Maybe your phone's gonna be, your computer's gonna broke, or some kind of electronic device that you're trying to use for certain things that you should not supposed to use it. This is a internal communications. It's not about external communications. You're gonna be forced to do external communications. Please don't put it up with all this. Hi, Margaret. Thank you for coming in the chat. So I'm gonna be rereading you. They are both connecting within the soul. The 8 and the 9 degree of Mercury retrograde for. So the 8 degree is representing a blazing fire in a deserted home. The keynote is the need to realize that even through the most empty house, hours of spiritual power is ever ready to welcome and warm up wayward consciousness returning to center. So that's mean we have to return to our center, to return to our from within us. Well, that state is until the fire of the soul from within in the human psyche totally dies out. A rare tragic occurrence, there is always a hope of recovering and rebendering. That means we're gonna might end up to a point that we're gonna feel like we die, but where the ego is dying, and there is always a hope of we to recover. Many disciples find themselves compelled to abandon their spiritual quest. That means a lot of the people who are on the spiritual quest, they are not going to feel like this. They're going to feel like, oh, enough. I don't want to deal with this. It's too much. It's too much pressure. It's too much goes on for. But if you look at it from within you, that's going to be the power of you reevaluating and straightening the fate from within you. Uh, um, Yet the home that once received them, the guru's love remains ready to welcome a return to the lost sons. So there's going to be the universe that's going to wait us for us. You're going to see the end of Mercury retrograde. That's going to be the trine with Uranus and the North Node and Pluto after the transformations. You're going to be going through the transformations though. Okay. So the whole thing is to feel this reactions of shock, that's going to shock our system, is going to do all this. And that is to give us that we are always going to have the hope from within. The Libra, the ninth degree, that it's represented by the three old masters hanging on the wall in a spatial room in art gallery. I'm connecting this with Mercury, Uranus, and Pluto because the end, that's how it's going to be. But actually, if you take a look, we are going to have Mercury, the Sun, and Venus coming together. And at some point, the Moon is going to join them. And it's going to be a special moment when the midheaven is going to join them. And then the energy is going to be really intense. But we're talking about those three, okay? We're talking about uh, uh, those uh, those bottom three facing those top three, okay? It's kind of like a funny. I was looking at this, but it's important. The keynote. The keynote states the need to return to the source during a confused search for new value in a chaotic society. Yes, we are having a chaotic society. We are searching for a new values. We are searching for a new cycle. Those in the new cycle, they know what I'm talking about. If you're the one who is in the new cycle within the with the inner peace from within you, you definitely understand that energy, how it's reacting from within you. What does that mean, though? For there are always moments which focus on the mind of longing of reground ourselves in the great achievements of the past. The number three suggests completeness. Esoteric traditioners speak of the threefold soul, of the three fundamental rays of power, of love, wisdom, and intelligence in actions. A lot of you understand what that's all about is. Okay, that is the fundamental. If you have a power to gain from within you, that's the power of the soul. You do that with love and wisdom. And then you put that with an intelligence in actions. Because without actions, you're not doing anything. We spoke about this before. Meditations, in a deeper sense, is return to the source. You go back into the source. I mean, we are going to get this energy later on by the Mercury when it's ending with. It's going to be this beautiful trine within the Earth that is going to be between the Mercury, Pluto, and Uranus in the North Node. It's beautiful energy, actually, that we are going to be looked, but we are going to go through hell. Okay, we are going to go through hell, and that's not joking about this. And this is the great moment of the collective past become an inspirational for new yet sound beginnings. The seed of tomorrow salutes the seed of yesterday. This is what actually happens with all these connections that we are talking about right here, is that Neptune and Pisces retrograde is talking about all this to be look back, to look back to the regrowth and to have a better tomorrow. But with reorganizing this, the Sun is going to move to a Libra, so his Venus is going to move into Libra. All this talking about its transfigurations for within you, and at the end, this it's talking about the apostolic succession from within you. Great, great energies, great things that we are going to go. I'm going to go through the charts right now, and you are going to see this. Faye Thomas, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the love and the sharing. So I'm going to point the camera up here so you guys are going to see. So this is how we're going to start. This is going to start on the September 9th. That's what the energy will be. You need to understand Mercury, the most of the time, he is going to trine Mars. He's going to trine Mars, and that energy is going to be for the growth of Jupiter. Jupiter and Mercury, those are going to be the two main events during this time. because we have to relearn this growth. We are going to have to get through this revaluations from within. So on September 11, we are going to see the moon and Neptune into Jupiter, who is a retrograde, with Mercury. There's going to be beginning of this intense energy. This intense energy is going to remind you later on that intense energy here is going to be intensified so much. Okay, that what the main situations will be. As I stated here, anytime where the ascendant isn't at Cancer, it's going to square Mercury retrograde. Be mindful about what you do within the family, okay, or a family situations, or so on. Or if this, it's going to be at if it's the midheaven, it's beginning into be within uh, Capricorn, because during this time you are going to face it, this squaring of Mercury retrograde. You might going to say something at work and you're going to lose your job. You might going to do something within the family and you're going to screw up everything. Usually during the Mercury retrograde, try not to be sending nasty grams, heavy messages, or something to clear situations from. This is the worst time you do it. This is the time, like, you know what? Let's hold down within the situations. Let's hunker down and let relearn what we did. Let's look at the past. Okay. So, Faye Thomas, I'm going to ask you questions after that. Finish up the charts for at September 12th. If look at it up here, we are getting the divine messages towards the sun from Saturn. As you see it again, this energies here with the moon, with Chiron, it's going to come in. The moon is going to be coming in to heal all these situations. But as I stated before, watch this. This is the red triangle here that is going to be affecting these communications. The whole learning is actually coming towards Mars. Mars, the divine masculine energies from within you, learning the karmic situations, and at the same time, he is learning the situations from within him as a growth from within itself. Okay? At September 16th, you see the ascendant is right here at Virgo. Here it's the Mercury, who is a retrograde. We are going to have the midheaven together with, it's going to happen pretty much every day, this energy that I'm talking to you for, with Mars. But that energy towards Venus and the sun is going to be continued, it goes on. But when the moon comes in and joins Mars, for it, this could be a very intensified energies here, because the emotions with anger comes in towards the organizing situation. This is like you bring this power of consciousness from within you, and people doing the work, you don't like the way they're doing the work, and you make a huge scandal at work because somebody's trying to organize something. It doesn't matter how much. At least some people trying to do something, not like not doing anything. So appreciate even the smallest effort someone does. And maybe someone is not going to appreciate your even a little effort that you do, you getting from within. But that is it about not to have an expectations for this. Okay, not to have it within this. Mars can create a lot of situations because he is not predictable within Gemini. You doesn't know each one of the Gemini is gonna pick up the good or the bad. Okay, you're not gonna know about it. And now when the moon comes in there, it's gonna intensify this energy. It's gonna intensify this emotions from within. Lilith is going to be playing on the ground as well. because she is in Cancer during this time. Again, Lilith, when it's in Cancer, is about that manipulations, shadow side, shadow work. That is a one of the woman, kind of like, I will be quiet even if the things are bad, but I'll be quiet, but actually hurting everything within the family because there is no peace in that family. That is the divine energies right there to change the things from within. It's important because of there was a one quote here in the Facebook. It says that the new looks, that is a actually the peace within the family, and it's true. It's really, really truth from within. All right, on September 17, we are going to have this energy as I was talking about with the moon. Be mindful about every time these energies are coming because the ascendant, the energies you see, it's gonna give you this visions. They could be a distorted visions up here, and that square towards the moon and the midheaven intensify again all this. Okay, just to be reminded. But if you look at it, the positive energies here from all this, you look at it, these trines here with Uranus and the North Node. You are looking at these energies with Lilith that fixing herself. You look at the divine energy towards Saturn, fixing the karmas, situations from within you. Okay, and you look at it, Saturn there, it's actually trines all this. You can be go ahead and have a very, very peaceful time from within. But it all depends of your mind, what energies are gonna pick up. If you pick up the low vibes, you're gonna be feeling the pressures, the intensity, the push, the things that you need to work on it. You pick up the high vibes. You're gonna get the divine messages. You're going to get the right situations that you need to relearn. You're gonna be relearning a brand new things from within you. You're gonna clear some confusions from within you, and you're going to gain mystery wisdom, which is that's what Neptune and Pisces will do. But as long as you work from within you, what kind of like energies are going to pick up? Because the energies, they're going to create the magnetic field. The magnetic field is your gravitation, and that gravitations is going to be either pulling the good things towards you are pushing the bad things away from you or pulling the bad things from within you. Okay, just work it out and understand you're a magnet. You are attracting what you are projecting within your magnetic field, within your energy, within your way of thinking, within your emotions from within you. And Mercury is going to be talking for as you pay attention during this day. All right, our dear friend, it has a primary, only one primary aspect. That's going to be towards Jupiter. There is retrograde. And Jupiter says, I'm going back. You haven't learned the right things from the beginning. I'm going to give you back. I'm going to give you the mysticism of the old age. And then I'm going to come back here. This is why your relationships are not working properly, and you got to learn to be a friend with your anger, not to use your anger for this. That's the divine warrior from within. So that was it on September 17th. September 19th, the energy is similar as the previous day. But on September 20th, okay, I was telling you that this energy is going to go a little bit more intense. Now you see it, how much that energy is intense. Here we are having Mercury, the Sun, and Venus. Air comes in and shined all this towards those two guys. Okay, the problems is about all this that you need some new organizations for within the relationships, regrowth from within, and clarify confusions. Okay, but before you clarify everything, before you do everything, you have to relearn, you have to reorganize who your own self. Don't try to reorganize others. It's not going to work. You're probably going to make more misery. You're probably going to make more errors in life. You might probably going to end up into very bad situations just because your ego wants to be interfere with reorganizing others. This is a personal growth. We have Mercury is retrograde, Saturn is retrograde, Neptune is retrograde, Jupiter is retrograde, Uranus is retrograde. Come on, we are in a retrograde season. We are going back from within to relearn, regrow, re-see, transform, and so on. Okay, not because of all this. It's not about others. Remember, it's not about others. It's about you. You to transform, you to have a better future, you to gain better understanding, you to have better organizations in life, you to have a better relationship, because Venus is going to entering Libra, and you're going to see that the Sun, who's going to be walking into Libra, and Mercury, who is retrograde, they're going to come in right there at the 0 degrees of Libra. They're just going to be swapping the spots in there. And for Chrissy B, reconcile. Yes, the reconciliations, it's possible after all this period. Okay, because if you reconcile with the idea of controlling the relationships and you to organize it the way you think you have to organize it, it's not going to happen. It's going to create more mess because it's still a control. This Mercury retrograde is about to understand interdependence. It's about to understand the mutual agreements of a business, of any relationships. If you have a business ship that it's with few partners, if they don't understand each other, this business is going to go down. It's the same thing with two family members or many family members. They have problems and there is no peace within home. Guess what? Eventually, that's going to be turned into a war because there is no peace. If there is no peace, there is a war. And if the war is kept for a long time, then that war is going to turn into a nightmare. It's just like something that waits to explode. And during the Mercury retrograde, actually, this it happens very often from in this. To reconcile, it will be require the internal peace. That peace that you're talking about, it's going to be achieved after we're walking within the Scorpio season, which is going to be the end of the Scorpio season. And if you guys waiting for me, I can show you the chart, the difference with these energies that's coming. But very good point, Chrissy B. Very, very good point in there. September 19th, that energy is going to be intensified a lot, as you see it here. The energy is going to be changing within an hour. Aldara, why you have answer to all questions? I don't have very much answer to all questions, but just answer it the best as I can. Nice to see you here, Ayandara. Nice to see you here. There's going to be a divine energies though at play. That's what I wanted to show. Right here, we have on the one side we have Uranus in the North Node, and here we have I believe that is Lilith and the Moon, and they're pointing toward the midheaven. There's going to be these divine messages that's going to come in the daily situations. We are having the Venus is in divine energies with Saturn, beautiful energy, and also Saturn is kind of in divine energies with the Moon. That is about gaining this divine energies that Mercury retrograde it's set out to do. To remind you, Mercury is punished by God because he was stealing the fast flowing shoes, and God caught him. It says like 6 months of the year, you are going to send messages to the people from me. That's what he is retrograde, pretty much the half of the year. So, and September 22nd, okay, you may write it down. That will be a Thursday. I will suggest you to take a vacation day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was talking about the family situations in here. This energy is going to be so much intensified. Okay, you see what the focus is. Okay, we are going to have the ascendant, the Mercury retrograde, the Sun. They're coming in together. As you see, at the one it's 1 degree, the other one it's 29, and there is Venus coming in after that. But all that energy is pointing out towards our friends here. Okay. Now you do your inner work, though. You do your inner work up here. Be careful with Jupiter because he doesn't have positive aspect during this time, but you see the right things. You catching up to the good energies and you transform. As I said before, Pluto is in charge. You see this energy of Pluto? Transformations, change. It's gonna come into a waves. Okay, he's supporting this energies here. He's supporting Mercury, he's supporting the Sun, he's supporting Venus, but he is also comes in and support Uranus in the North Node, and Uranus and the North Node are supporting currently Venus to do this with love, to do this organizations from within you with love. But if you're not doing it with love, you're not looking at all those energies with love, that's all it's going to be within you. That's all is going to be within you. Okay. This is going to be at September 23rd. That's going to be this exchange of Mercury and the Sun coming together. The one walks in the Libra, the other one goes back into Virgo. And we are going to have the midheaven, which is that's going to be your focus of transitions of this is to relearn. There is no other aspect with Jupiter at this time, as you see it. Neptune is going to be shining the visions. As you see Pluto here, he's only oppositions with the ascendant, but ascendant is moving with an hour. So that's not going to be too much for it. The moon, though, is going to be supporting this divine transformations. She is in Leo, but as you see it here, Pluto, it's supporting all this positiveness. Got transformations from within. You transform. You gonna do this situations during this Mercury retrograde. It's gonna help you to become the better versions from within you. That's what they're talking about in this book about the representations from within. And September 24, we are going to be having parade a little bit. Those are times that you have to be very much aware of. Okay, you see all the red lines. That is the intense energies. But you also see this beautiful kites. Okay, those beautiful kites, they are made from Uranus, the North Node, Pluto, and everything up here that's going on. Reorganizing the relationships, they're maintaining the balance in the situations. You have the war from within you. You bring that war. That war is going to be expressed. Mars is going to be, go ahead, intensified. And guess what? You getting the wrong visions and ideas. And all this energy is going to be like a big giant kaboom from within you. Okay? It's going to be, you're going to see a people, you're probably going to see a people who are irritated, agitated. They don't know what's going on. They are so much nervous and so on and so on. They have something from within them. Just tell them, hey, if you have a war from within you, why just not take 5 minutes? If you're at work and you see a worker who is all chucked up and agitated and so on, and just like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, this, what's going on? Just like, no, what's going on from within you? Well, I got problems at home. Why just not go ahead, take a 5 minutes break and just calm down and come back here? Don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna know nothing about it. Just take 5 minutes. Calm down. Look from within you. Maybe you have to look something else. Have them look from within you. If that is your friend, if that is your situations, if that is you though, catch yourself if that's you. Because I know during the Mercury retrograde, we're all guilty on that, right? We're all sending those intense messages that later on we feel sorry about it. Because 1 minute of anger can cost you thousands of minutes of regret and shame from within you. So be mindful of those energies. And September 25th is going to be pretty much the same story. We are going to have a new moon that's going to be at Libra. That's going to be during the September 26th. We are going to get that new moon of Libra. That's going to be bringing the new cycle of finishing the new moon of Virgo, but we are going to get the new moon within Libra. That is going to be the new beginning of understanding what the relationship is from within you. That is going to be also the same time right here. We are going to have the merge of Mercury retrograde with Venus. And that is going to be the energy that's going to calm down. If you see this kind, that is going to be the connections with Uranus. That's going to be a Pluto. That's going to be right here, Neptune and Mercury and Venus. They will come in together with an union because everything has to be organized with what? With love. With love and a healing. This is going to be the energy of Mother Mary comes in and it's like, relax, take it easy, we'll fix it. Oh, it's broken, that's okay, we're going to get a new one. Oh, this is like this, relax, we're going to fix this. Oh, this is the big issue. It's not a big issue. You're making it a big issue. Let's see the big issue, how big it is. Oh, it's not that big. Okay, let's fix it. So this is going to be a very good healing time from within you. I'm suggesting you during this day, you to go ahead and look of this healing from within you. And we're going to end up Mercury retrograde at the 24th degree of Virgo. And that is going to be intensified situations because Jupiter is going to be opposing Mercury, Venus, and the Sun at Libra. Of course, he is in Aries. He's at the 2 degrees and 56 minutes within Aries. The moon is going to be within the first 3 degrees within Capricorn. That's going to be a T-square. And Mars is in Gemini, that's going to be another squaring again. And some of you is not going to feel good after this Mercury retrograde because of all this. We are talking about Mercury, Mars going into Neptune and all these oppositions. And we're talking about the Mercury with Jupiter. Jupiter points out towards the moon, and the moon doesn't like all those three here. She is not happy of what happened on Earth. That's what's going to happen if you're not doing the right things. But if you do the good things, you're going to have a very good period from within you. You're going to go through it, through the growth. If you've been growing, you're going to learn a lot more growing things from within you. So that's what I'm wishing you to have a great Mercury retrograde, because this is we're talking about divine relationships, energies are coming, because what we learned from before, from the beginning, is definitely didn't work. All the confusions of what's going on today in the world and what's going on within the situations definitely is not the way it is. So we have to go back in time. We have to go back and relearn the things. We have to go clarifications of the confusions, what was really all about. Of course, it's a Libra, truth. You're not truthful, guess what? You're working with the lie, and every time you're working with the lie, it turns out to be a lie. So guess what? It's not even gonna. We're not even gonna go there. If you're not truthful, it's not honest. If it's not this, Libra is a Libra. It's all about that. It's about partnership, relationships. The truth is the base main thing, and when we have all Mercury, which is actually is in his own house at Virgo, that is about organizing. But where it's organizing from within the communications. Communications, first of all, within yourself, and then with the others. Yo, Brooklyn, thanks for dropping by. Nice to see you on the chat room. CF, great to see you here, brother. For this gonna be the positions of Mercury retrograde this season. Okay, we'll talk about this. He's been talking about this. He's been making videos about this. But now the situations are critical for. I'm not talking about just for twin flames, soulmates, and so on. Okay, we're talking about as a whole of the society, because the society definitely something is wrong in there. We got to become more illuminated. The humanity is waking up. The humanity begins to understand it's not only words anymore. I don't believe in words anymore. I believe in energies. I believe in vibrations. I believe in the spirit. That's where we are heading. And we are going to unlearn things that we did now to do things properly for. And so many people are waking up. It's crazy to watch. Brooklyn, yes. Remember back in the days, Brooklyn, when everybody calls us the twin flames, we were crazy. We were not many of us back then, like 8, 10 years ago. What happens today, right? I know you're laughing. Oh my God, you remember, right? Yeah. What about now? Now everyone looking for their twin flame. Now everyone wants to be a twin flame. Can they be a twin flame? Can they perform as a twin flame? That's what this is right now. Right now, it's the exam time that the twin flame performs with actions. For what I said. Yeah, well, the people are people. Some people can call you crazy. You gotta be, take it as a compliment. If I was you, but people can look, people can wonder, and people can do. Each one of these three is you. So don't worry about it, Brooklyn. But yeah, you make you smile. Every time you show up here at the chat, we did a lot of work back then. We did a lot of work. Yeah. Twin Princess Sun Sign, feel his fighting contact rainbow outside my window today. Great. Yeah, there's gonna be some rainbows. It's pretty good within the situations from within. Jolly McLeese laughing out loud. I remember. It's beautiful. Exactly. So you guys are here, and there will be beyond their understanding for some. Unfortunately, love is the only way. Exactly. A lot of the people they don't understand this yet. They only feel vibrations, but to understand, you to operate, you to navigate your life, and you to create your actions of your life as a twin flame. that's a whole another ball game. That is another whole ball game from in Julius. Okay. Faye Thomas, I'm a Pisces, born on the 25th of February. Will this be painful for people born around this time? 25th of February, if you're Pisces, there's going to be a lot of triggers into the Pisces. But let me see, 25th of February, where the sun is, what degree, can tell you for 25th of February. February. The sun is within 7 degrees. 7 degrees Pisces. Nah, yeah, I'll be all right. There's gonna be only a triggers when the moon ascendant or AMC is gonna come, but that's gonna be like the moon is gonna be for like 2-3 hours, 2-3 days temp. If it affects, not even 3, probably like day and a half. I'm sorry. And ascendant and the midheaven, they are gonna be trigger you like pretty much every day, but not that much. So you're gonna be okay. Alchemy of Bond just got here, so this makes this 6 planets in retro. Yes, because we are not good. Nick, thank for dropping by. Thank you for seeing in the chat, Mr. Alchemy of Balance. I'm glad to see you too here. And yeah, we are going retrograde. I mean, we have to review all this age of Pisces. We have to get this out. But within the age of Pisces, we gain the mysticism. We gain the energies that actually ignites the twin flame. That's what is there. We are ignited within the age of Pisces to bring and grow within the new, which is going into Aries. That's what now Jupiter coming into Aries is that growth, brings that growth in there. In the next year and a half, it's going to be a little rough for everyone who is in the spiritual awakening, in the spiritual journey. But once Pluto comes in and moves permanently in Aquarius for it, we are going to be now transforming within the age of Aquarius. We are going to begin to do the changes here on Earth. So within the next 2-3 years, we are going to have this, and it's going to be felt within the air. Right now, we only feel like preview versions of what's coming, a preview version of awakening, a preview version of twin flame, a preview versions of communications, telepathy, and so on and so on and so on. Wait until Pluto's coming into Aquarius. You will be blown away. You will be blown away for it. Both masculine and feminine are waking up. I gotta tell you that Venus has already been, the feminine energies, they've been pretty much beat up because, yeah, they wouldn't listen. They weren't. We're talking about the moon, Venus, and Lilith. If you pay attention, Lilith goes from Cancer to Leo, Cancer, Leo, Leo, Cancer. Brooklyn, Venus has been a very rough time. It's been having it this year. For now, she's beginning to take a deep breath from within the past 4 or 5 days. In a week, we're talking about Venus was in Leo. That's been really, they were pounding it at that woman that wants to control, that princess that only knows how to execute orders but doesn't know how to work and doesn't understand work and then creates a mess. Now that Venus got really smack in the head for, and Venus is continued to go ahead and learn, but you need to tell you, once Venus coming out of Scorpio, things are going to be pretty good. But Mars staying there within Gemini until March, gosh, we are going to go through a hell with the masculine energies. I mean, through hell. Okay, this is going to be back and forth, and for Brooklyn. I went through my Pluto transit from hell to my seventh house and beginning. Oh yeah, the seventh house. Yeah. Oh, what is your seventh house of the zodiac sign, Brooklyn? Twin is going through his Pluto square, Pluto and Venus square transit next year. Does anyone receive, feel, see difference that gelling divine messages? Uh, Capricorn. Oh, you have the seventh house, Capricorn. Whoops. Professional relationships. If the relationships are not a pro, and then not by the book, by the divine book. Yeah, I know. I can sense that, Brooklyn. Yeah. Now you know what I'm talking about. It has to be by the book, by the last dot. Twin has Capricorn rising. Oh God, he's a workaholic and he wants to be very, very strong energies for. My Venus is on seventh. Oh God, and your love is there. Oh, God bless your soul, Brooklyn. God bless your soul. Thank God. We are talking astrology language with you here, but you know what that is. Yeah, there's gonna be some divine messages, CC. Oh, you'll see them. You'll see them. There's gonna be pounding, pounding. 5D is gonna be like somebody turned in 1,000%. Then it's going to be turned in 2,000%, and it's going to be a point of in the middle of the whole period. It's going to be like 200,000%. Let's see how much you can handle for it. Ray of light. Yeah, between Ray and Brooklyn, you guys have a lot of things in common in there. I think the last group of Pluto and Libras are starting their awakening. Pluto and Libra, those are the people born within the 70s in there. They've been already, whoever woke up, woke up. Whoever didn't wake up, they didn't. For right now, what it's waking up the most, that is the people with Pluto in Scorpio. That is the people who wants to fix the darkness, and that is the people who brings the darkness, that shadow side of the Scorpio, out in the world. Those shadow emotions, those deceptions, those lies, illusions, and so on. That's what right now it's rising. We see it everywhere. If you ask me, for it's very good chat. I like the energy of the chat, guys. I want to say thank you to all of you here. And yes, the energy is pretty good. I mean, those who learned the new cycle, the new energy of the inner peace, you stay in that position, you stay in that part, you're gonna be okay. Yes, you two guys have some. Last 3 days, universe has really been cranking up the dial. Got a lot of normals approaching me for shadow work too. Same here. I have some people ask me some questions. That was yesterday, and I had to explain what it's mean to be real. And when the people, when they say, well, most of the time I'm acting real, and I will just wait a second. You say most of the time. How about the all the time? And that was like ding, 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 ding. I hear like, okay, I'm shifting reverse and I'm going back. Turn to 11. Oh, God, yeah, thank you. Brooklyn, Dio, have you studied any of the sun cycles and the twin flame cycles running concurrent to one another? I study a lot of the gravitation pulls. Right now, I'm working of studying so many things broadly at the same time. I'm kind of like open it up, but still there is no confirmations. Even when I look at charts of twin flames, all I see is a one thing: correlations, Saturn, Venus, correlations with the North Node. Jupiter, because that's what the north node of the one with Jupiter, which is that is the growth that the one brings within the others, and correlations with Mars specifically. Venus, that is the feminine, the goddess from within. I mean, the moon usually represents the mother or the wife, the future wife from within. Venus represents the goddess, and the Venus Lilith correlation is very critical because there, that is the woman that falls off her desires to be towards one man. That's what this is. This is going on because the females have to learn to combine the Lilith, the Venus, and the moon within themselves. That's mean the woman in the bed, which is Lilith, that is the goddess, the royal personality of the woman, which is Venus, and the mother, the caring intuition from within all these energies to be combined. If they are kind of like within the charts or correlations to the sun of the twin, then it needs a lot of inner work in there. Something needs to be worked out. Usually, there is some aspects that shows up that it's like trines or that is a like sextiles, something that or 150 degrees divine messages in there. Um, so I mean, can monitor and everything, Brooklyn. It's so much, and the new informations that comes in right now, and with the new situations, and plus I have to deal with my own crap, like everybody. Uh, Not an easy thing for um, masking of the authenticity discussions. Yes, exactly, Nick. Uh, exactly about it. People begin to ask about this, and you're going to see it. You are going to be asking, they're going to be asking us about this because they see it, they feel it that we are different. They feel it that we don't care, we just speaking the truth. They feel that how come we have this inner strength, how come we have this inner situations from within us. So yeah, the authenticity is going to be tested hard, CF. Yes, it is. Brooklyn, I've been looking to these solar storms in CMS, and I believe it's an 11-year cycle. I noticed when I started my Dark Night of the Soul in late 2016, early 2017, when this new solar cycle 25. Brooklyn and Alchemy of Balance, you two have a lot of more within this. You guys can talk about the solar flares all day long. I'm not too much monitoring the Schumann resonance and so on for. started, I can help feel like twins have a certain amount of time to heal in order to still be in a specific timeline to the polarity of switch during the part of these solar cycles. Brooklyn, yes, it can be correlated. But you need to, remember, Brooklyn, that all the twin flames, they are responsible for certain things. We talked about this even years back. If you remember our conversations, boy, I miss those conversations back in the days. We were green and we were looking at, and I was so much in pain, and you helped me to heal my inner child. God, that was a good times back then, by the way. They were hard. We were learning twin flames back then in the days. I don't remember did I did videos back then or not yet, but I was beginning to be what it's awakened, broken up. I was broken up hardly all the shells of my shadow from within me. So yeah, but the twin flames is gonna comes in. We spoke about this before. Twin flames is about to become a standard for a partnership relationship. That's what everyone is going to be looking for. It. Some in the hard way, some in the easy way. Some were never going to come up, but that's how life goes. It all depends of everything. Brooklyn, be good for you to join close group chat, connect. Yeah, Brooklyn, I have a closed group that it's belong to the chat of this video. So people who are members, they can go into the group and they can chat to each other. They can create the chat rooms, and you guys with Ray, you guys can go ahead and do this for it. Actually, guys, if you want, we can close this session out and we can go have a video conference there. Brooklyn, you're more than welcome to join in. Just send me a message so I can add you on the Facebook. I don't know if you're still on the Facebook yet. Probably you are. If you guys want it, let me know. If you guys don't feel like it and you guys don't have a time, that's fine too. If not, all right. Ray say yes. Let's see. Who else wants to have a video conference face to face, kind of like a group FaceTime? Write it yes, and here in the chat, and we can go over the Facebook pretty quick and do the things from with. Brooklyn. Okay. CF needs sleep before video chat. Here, by the way, it's at 10 p.m., so Dio's going to need some sleep pretty soon, and I'm drinking coffee. I have to walk Sensei, and I have Mr. Jack O'Neill. The little Jack is sleeping too. Has been taking care of him, giving you a little updates on him. He opened up his eyes looking good. He can see where he is at. Let him play for a little bit out here. He was very playful and right now they're both kind of like taking a nap, each one on their own spot, and I'm happy for it. I'm good another time just catching up this and run out to the door. Okay, guys. Well, let's share the love. Keep in mind what this Mercury retrograde is for. It's about relationship and organization, facing relearn the primary functions and clearing the confusions to gain the mystery of the new cycle that we are going through. Okay, guys, and please no intense conversations, no nasty grams, and so on. And try to stay away from the phone for it. Okay. All right, guys, let's share the love here. Sorry about that, Ray. Maybe I'll catch you up for a little bit in the Facebook. I'll call you.